Peter's joined me as a very special guest for this hour, bringing us an extraordinary and unique bed. Should we sit down on them?
Absolutely.
Why don't we sit down on them? Because I'll tell you what, memory foam.
Oh, it's just so good, isn't it?
I tell you what, I don't know about the dog, but I could lay on that and fall asleep.
That's the great thing about it, because quite often you find with, especially children, they get really close to their animals.
Yes.
So, you know, you'll find them lying on the bed.
Yeah.
And it's great to know that, you know, there's nothing in the bed that's going to be, you know, give them any illnesses or any problems
like
whatsoever.
Now, listen, what we're talking about is the Dog Ruff waterproof pet beds. Now, Peter, you designed this. What made you design something like this?
Well,
Was it
I've had
frustration?
pretty much. I've had a succession of animals, and I've worked with memory foam quite a lot in the past anyways, and I thought it would be a great combination of materials, you see. So I thought, well, you know, let's make something that's going to last, because beds quite often they get thrown away.
Yeah.
They don't last terribly long. And so we thought, well, let's come up with some materials that'll work really well, that are strong and yet are reactive, that's going to be good for the pet, but it's also going to be great around the house. And it really appealed to me that it's a bed that we can use inside the house. It's going to look great there, and it's going to be fabulous outside of the house. Or throw it in the car. And the other thing, you know, following on from the Hoover, the thing about pets is the two things that you always get in a house is the fur, the hair, and also the smells.
It's the odours,
It's the odours, and that's the thing with this particular bed. It won't have an odour, because
so there's no
nothing will live in it.
Of odour
None
onto it
whatsoever. It's completely, you can clean it with a wipe or you can spray it down, whatever you want to
now
do.
let's talk about the features then. So we talked the fact that is it completely waterproof? So if my dog tiddles on it, it's not going to go through to the memory foam?
None whatsoever. I mean, the outside is completely waterproof. It won't go through to the memory foam liner inside.
Oh, you can see.
Yeah, so that remains dry.
Yeah.
And you can see that this has a special, what's called a PU
coating
backing on it, which means it's completely resistant to water.
So you've got the waterproof properties on the inside, but it's also really comfortable. But again, if your dog comes home from a walk and he's wet, you know, that's when that wet dog smell is dreadful.
That's right.
So you don't get the transference of odour onto here.
Well, you don't, no. And also, when the dog gets off and leaves behind fur and odour and all the rest of it, you just wash it off. It's fantastic.
And can you and then you just dry it?
No need. It dries very, very quickly. Once you've wiped the excess water off, it dries in the
And I love, especially in this sort of weather, you've got a lovely big hook on it. I noticed that lovely durable hook, so you can then jet hose it down.
Well, you can hang it up on the wall outside and give it a spray, or if you're not using it, just put it out of the way.
Absolutely. Now, memory foam. Why memory foam for our pets? Because obviously we know that it's used in sleep clinics and burns clinics for humans, and it was designed by the space program. I love the fact that you've chopped it up. You've made it a little bit different.
Well, I'll show you some, actually, because I brought some with me so that we didn't have to take open out.
So why did you do it like that instead of one solid piece? Is that because they like to move around?
There is that. Pets like something quite different to humans. Humans, by and large, when they lie in a bed, they virtually stay in the same position.
Right.
Pets don't. They get up, they get down, they're all over the place, they stretch, they curl. So you need something that's going to really be quite flexible for them. But also the other thing about a pet is it likes to have the security of having the bed around them. They like to feel snuggled. So with the crumb, as they lie in it, you can see the bed bolsters around them. And they love that. You see, they like to feel secure. And the thing about crumb memory foam here, if you look at the structure, it is basically just little pieces of memory foam. It has the same properties as the big memory foam. But because it's crumbed, it means that even the smaller pets, who might not be heavy enough to really make an imprint on a slab of foam, make an imprint on this.
So they're still getting the benefits of memory foam, whether they're tiny or much bigger pets.
Exactly. So we always describe this as a pet bed for the life of the pet. So whether it's a pup and it's trying to tear it apart and it's finding a place to snuggle into and finding its way, or it's an older pet that just needs that comfort and support. Because as pets get older, as you know, they have all kinds of problems and issues. Of
course they do, with their bones or hips.
Hips in particular.
The hips dysplasia. No, is a massive problem for dogs. Now listen, if you have just joined us, the beauty of this, yes, you know, a considered purchase, I would agree with you, but how many pet beds have you actually gone through in the last year? Let's be honest. I've resorted, close your ears, Peter, and I'm not actually proud of this, but we've we've spent over £120 on pet beds, different ones, and our dog's destroyed them. So now he has towels in the bottom because I can sling them in the washing machine.
You said the towel thing again.
I know.
Towels are bad because towels and
there's no
anything
support,
like that.
I understand.
There's no support, plus there's ridges, so you get pressure points, and you get the same issues that you would do with a human sleeping on.
But you see, I was really worried that at night, if it's destroying his bed and getting the insides, that he'd ingest some and be a problem for him. So I thought it was safer that way. But I absolutely agree with you. There's no support whatsoever.
No, exactly.
So an 8.5-month-old setter, do you think these would be setter-proof?
Well, I think you'd have to have a pretty darn sharp set of gnashers to get through.
Yeah.
And I'd say he'd struggle to get through this. I mean, you know, you can get some animals that are just determined, and they'll find a corner someplace and do a seam. But in terms of the material itself, no, he's not going to get through it.
So it's robust, it's waterproof, it doesn't take on the odours of the dog, and you've also got the memory foam. So you actually got a very feature-packed product for one of the loves of your life, because we say, you know, dog's man's best friend. My dog has brought so much joy into our family in such a short space of time, and I absolutely love him. You know, you feel that
they're part of the
love.
family, aren't they? And now I was reading this week that 9 million of us own dogs.
9 million?
Yeah, they've overtaken the cat population.
Now you've got what's your dog? It's a
sorry, it's a pug.
So, and it's a cross between a pug and a Jack Russell.
Pug and a Jack Russell.
And it's called
a jug.
A jug. So we've got the sublime to the ridiculous.
He's got longer legs.
He's got longer legs. So we are the sublime to the ridiculous, because you've got a little jug and I've got a great big setter.
Yes,
and it's interesting, isn't it? There's the dogs that we choose to go for.
They're characters. You just tend to, they just become part of the family. They take over. Teddy.
Teddy. Oh, is he lovely?
I hope he's watching.
Hello, Teddy.
From his bed.
Daddy's here. Now, listen, if you have just joined us, lovely having your company. Let me whiz you through all the different sizes. We've got the green, which you're kneeling on.
Yep.
I like that, because that's like a hunter green, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is, very much so.
Really lovely. You've got the green, you've got the black, you've got the royal blue and the red. 185,356 at £36.99. Bless you, Sam, for your introductory price there at £36.99. We've also got the large size, and we've got that on FlexiPay, £47.99. 2 flexes of £24. As long as you're based in the UK, you can take advantage of interest-free credit. And we've got the extra large, which is the one that I'd need for Zeusy Boy.
Plenty of room there.
And that would be absolutely perfect for him. Actually, you know, I think he might like that one in his crate as well.
See the way it recovers? You've just been lying on that.
But that's memory foam, isn't it?
That's memory foam.
And that's the beauty. We love, we're absolute advocates.
No plumping up.
No plumping up. It's got, well, it's why it's called memory foam. It's got the most incredible bounce back, and it will bounce back again and again and again and again.
Absolutely.
Love it. Well, when did this first come out?
Well, we launched this probably about 18 months ago.
I bet you've had phenomenal success,
Tremendous.
haven't you?
Yeah, it's extraordinarily popular.
Are our prices good?
Best in town.
Well, that's what we like. That's animalbargains.com here at Ideal World.